Alright, traders, hello and good evening. Happy Sunday. Hope everyone had a fantastic day. It was actually a really nice day in Perth weather-wise. Although the rest of the week is not so great. It looks like winter's hanging around a little bit. But anyway, straight to it. I want to keep this pretty short and to the point. We'll go over the majors and I'll discuss some potential trade ideas. I'm not in any positions, and the month was ended up 0.2%. So there was 8 trades made, losers, winners, break-evens. It was, quite a roller coaster. So here I am at the other end, Sunday night in the office, getting things done. So we've got the Euro US dollar here. I've got the daily chart up just to give, a higher time frame perspective on this one. So this trade, potentially is short, and I want to go into my thesis here a little bit. So on the hourly, it's collapsed a little bit. There was an interesting article I read on Daily FX as well. Obviously, everyone talks about the euro, but if you really look into it, the euro's got a few issues, and there are, catalysts there. There's the Turkey situation. There's Italy. There's a lot of debt going on that could be defaulted on. So we'll see what happens. But if we can get another little breakdown here on the hourly or even the 4-hourly, this could be a potential short. Now, there's a lot of room to go to the next support level as well. So that's something to pay attention to. Now, it has been interesting. In August, you can see we had a nice little downward move. It's back up again. It didn't want to break through here, so we'll see what happens this September if the trends come back. I was going to make a separate video about adapting to current market conditions because I'm big on backtesting. I'm going to do some backtesting after this video, but you sort of have to you've got to be aware of the market conditions. So that's just another variable you've got to tick off that checklist. So with backtesting, you obviously don't need to consider that because you're not going and looking at the current geopolitical state if you were, testing back in 2001 or something, unless you can remember an event. But for me, I certainly am not aware. I was 11 years old or whatever back then. So what you need to sort of be aware is what's happening in the US dollar, what's happening in the European sort of economies. And, the US dollar seems to, be still a bit of a safe haven. We'll see what happens, but that's what I'm suggesting with the Euro US dollar. Now, I want to go to the Aussie as well. I discussed this as a potential sub trade in my last video, and I just touched upon it, but I want to go into detail. So how I structure these watch list videos is the pairs that I talk about first, those are the A grade setups, and then as I go along the video, it's more just a talking point. I wouldn't really say it's an imminent trade, but this could really shape up to be a trade on Monday, even on Monday night, if things want to break down a little bit. I won't take a trade Monday during the Asian session. I don't do that. So what I do find is that the Asian session is the reverse of what does happen for the rest of the week. So I have sold the Aussie dollar at the end of August, and then I closed out with a take profit on that. So I let it go a little bit further through. It was like a soft take profit. It wasn't an actual set take profit, but I had it there at around 1.5R, and it broke through, and then this happened, and I mean, it was 20 plus pips I left on the table, but that's fine. You can't always get it your own way. So in regards to this, now if we go to the daily, we go to the weekly, you'll see there is a big gap between this level to the next level. So we get a breakdown through here, through 71. I think this pretty much closed at 71. Below that candle, 71, and it closed at support. See where it closed at? 71,882 down here. So that's the weekly candle. So guys, that's putting a case together, and that's a really strong bearish candle. And it's also got the trend line there as well. So we've got a few factors here that are all adding up and providing a bit of a case here for a potential short. But price action is king, and I want to see it break down a little bit further. So Euro and Aussie, probably the Aussie is the closest one, to be fair, because it's in a nice little downtrend too for the past, well, since 2017, like late 2017 has been it's been downtrending better than the euro. The euro is a little bit choppier, to be fair. If we look at the weekly on the euro, it's sort of, especially here, it's been, and recently it's been a little more choppy. So, but it is downtrending, just not as cleanly as the Aussie dollar, especially recently in the past few months. So now let's go and have a look at the pound. Yeah, look at the pound and look at the US dollar CAD as well. Alright, so immediately this one is not, so it sort of rallied. Now there was good news on a soft Brexit that came out earlier last week, because I was in the euro pound long, and that really struck me up pretty quickly. It's like, now that was a fat finger trade. That thumbs up down there, that's a little mark that I make to tag my trades. Sorry, I've got a bit of a dry throat here, guys. So that was a fat finger trade. That was accidental. That was on the phone. I was just changing time frames. I was extremely tired. This was like 2:30 in the morning after work. So probably don't look at the phone, you know, when you're that tired. Would be a good rule. That's a good rule. That's you got to remember that. Let's just have a look at the Aussie yen. So the Aussie is weaker against quite a few pairs as well. I mean, look. Disregard the Bollinger Bands. This was a previous project that I was doing on a demo account, and it's I've implemented on the live, but I don't use the Bollinger Bands with this system that I've got. So you're not as clean, this chart. So you want the time frames to sort of correlate. You want it to be in a trend, and you know, if it holds sideways for a little bit on the 4 hourly or the hourly, that's good. Then you want to make another move. Wait for the move. Don't go on and anticipate it. Alright, so let's go to the USD CAD now. So pound, no trade. That's like a bounce. Who knows where it's going to go? It's going to continue. I don't know. Is it going to collapse? Potentially. But it's got a bit more work to do than the Aussie and the Euro. So that's why I'm sort of saying it's a B grade sort of setup. USD CAD. USD CAD. What are we doing? Well, it sort of strengthened. There was trade talk news. It was pretty positive, but it sort of is pretty choppy. This one, I mean, it is uptrending. You know, it's making higher highs, and I'll present the case here with this trend line, like it's making, you know, high highs. It's not the prettiest trend line, but I mean, you can see that it could potentially bounce here. You could put a case together, but if we go down to the 4 hourly, you just want a bit of breathing room to the left, and you're not really seeing that. You're seeing a lot of congestion here. This is where prices interact and reject it. So you've just got to go, well, man, like you don't know where it's going to go. It's pretty choppy, so I'm going to avoid that. USD yen, I looked at that previously, and that's not actually that great either. I mean, see, it's really flattened out on the weekly as well. So this one I'm going to have to pass on. It seems that on Friday it strengthened the US dollar against quite a few pairs, not the yen though. So, you know, I'm not going to go into the fundamentals or anything or reasoning. You just really, at the heart of it all, I just look at the chart, and then I'll start putting a thesis together if I see it being a valid technical setup, and then just trying to get together some variables that help build a case to, you know, take the trade. Because I'm not intraday trading. I mean, I will take an hourly trade on the 1 hour, but I mean that could still last for a little while. So I wouldn't really call myself a day trader quite yet. All right. Look, I think that's going to sum it up pretty well, guys, for now. I'll update things tomorrow, probably this time tomorrow. It'll be this time tomorrow. And I'll do some backtesting tonight. I won't film that. I've got plenty of backtesting videos recently as well, so check them out if you're interested. And check out my backtesting, Forex backtesting video on YouTube as well. Just search for that. And that's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.